Hello, everyone. My name is Angel Sylvester, and I will be providing a brief overview of our design-based solution that seeks to address resident concerns regarding bodily autonomy, by primarily addressing ways that technology can be most accessible to those residents. So some of the issues that we identified with regards to the usage of fetch robots in elderly care-based settings include potential breaches in privacy and confidentiality as a result of these robots being privy to sensitive information as a result of having access to these personal spaces that both the residents and the workers themselves reside. Furthermore, there may be limitations in autonomy and decision-making abilities in general from the resident standpoint as a result of this reliance on assistance from both workers and potentially robots to satisfy certain requests they have. And another issue that we've identified include limitations in transparency and fairness in how the degree or limitations that the robot may have may be best communicated so that the residents themselves are not alienated and are able to be fully informed regarding the capabilities of the robot and how the decisions are actually being made. And another element is also ensuring that those decision-making processes follow fair guidelines. And finally, another issue we identified is potential health and safety and health hazards as a result of certain fetch tasks that get approved. So what our proposed solution entails is more of a resident-centered, personalized approach, where we want to take into account aspects that may impact resident health, perhaps on a individual basis and in a general basis, as well as incorporate general resident autonomy guidelines to ensure that there is also this degree of personalization also takes into account the level of assistance needed from these residents so that they feel that their rights to bodily autonomy and increased assistance are actually being taken into account. Another element that our resident-centered approach incorporates is this idea of robot transparency, so that there's this open line of communication with the residents themselves regarding the capabilities and limitations the robots may have, as well as the decision-making rationale for those certain behaviors. So the residents themselves are being fully informed and cognizant of the ways that this technology can both support their desires, as well as why certain tasks are being employed, perhaps from the request of workers, for instance. And finally, sort of drawing upon this idea of robot transparency, we also want to ensure that the robot interface itself is understandable so that the residents themselves are able to fully engage with this solution and fully understand how to use it to support their desires for general satisfaction by having this robot assist them in daily tasks. So some potential benefits of this personalized approach include preservation of resident autonomy and dignity, which will lead to empowerment and decision-making processes these residents have in the future. Some limitations include a learning curve associated with being exposed to a new technology, especially for those who do not have a lot of familiarity with technology, as well as a potential role for human intervention, depending on the level of assistance necessary from the resident as a result of certain fetch tasks, or depending on the nature of the inquiries made by those residents themselves. And in order to empirically test these solutions, it's necessary to integrate qualitative and quantitative user level studies.